Namaste, dear children. Welcome to class 4 Social Studies. In the previous class, I have discussed the second lesson, the Northern Mountain Wall. I completed that lesson. Now, in today's class, I am going to take the third lesson, the Northern Plains. The Northern Plains. If the northern mountains are the crown of India, the northern plains are the face of the country. Northern mountains, they are crown of India. Northern plains are face of our country, India. Location. Where is northern plains? The northern plains lie between the Himalayas and the southern plateaus. See in this page 18, below this one, India map is here. The northern part of India map here. So in this one, Himalayan ranges are here and the green color mark it is na green colored places. These places are northern plains. This is lying between Himalayas and the southern plateaus. The flat and level northern plains stretch from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. They cover almost the whole of Punjab, Haryana, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, parts of Bihar and Assam. Here states border are mentioned, but the states are not mentioned in the map. Names are here. So in order to understand the states, I will show you India map. In this one, see northern plains stretch from Punjab in the east side Punjab. The red mark just now I made, that is Punjab. In the west, Assam. Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. Assam in the east. This is Assam. West side Punjab, east side Assam. From Punjab to Assam, these northern plains cover the places. They cover almost the whole of Punjab. See, Punjab state is covered almost. And this is Haryana. Haryana state. West Bengal state. Here is West Bengal state. Uttar Pradesh state. This is Uttar Pradesh. Delhi. Beside Haryana, small mark it is Delhi. Nearby this dot, Delhi. Parts of Bihar. This is Bihar state. And Assam. Assam I showed already. These are the states which come under northern plains. The northern plains are very fertile plains, rich in alluvial soil in most parts. Northern plains are rich, very fertile plains. What is fertile? Fertile place, plains, fertile land, fertile soil. Fertile means producing many plants or crops. In the fertile land, what we grow, the growth will be very prosperous, up to the mark. It produces in many plants and many crops. That is called fertile land. Opposite word for fertile is unfertile, which means in that unfertile land, no plants are grown in the unfertile land. Whereas in fertile land, plants will grow easily. This is called fertile land. Rich in alluvial soil in most parts. Northern plains are rich in alluvial soil in most parts. What is alluvial? Alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is made up of or found in the materials that are left by the water of rivers, floods, etc. Alluvial soil is made up of or found in the materials that are left by the water of rivers, floods, etc. That is called alluvial soil. In these northern plains, fertile plains, they are very fertile plains, and alluvial soil is present in northern plains. The important cities in the northern plains are Amritsar, Delhi, Agra, Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, Varanasi, Patna, Kolkata, Guwahati, and Chandigarh. I will tell you where these cities are, in which states these cities are located. Amritsar is in Punjab, Delhi is near Haryana, Agra, Kanpur, Lucknow, Allahabad, and Varanasi, these are lies in Uttar Pradesh state. Patna is the capital of Bihar. Kolkata, West Bengal state capital Kolkata. Guwahati, it is in Assam. Chandigarh, it is capital city of Punjab and Haryana. Two states, Punjab and Haryana, capital is Chandigarh. And where did I get these places means, in your textbook, one sheet is provided at the last of your textbook. At the last, one sheet is attached to your textbook, that is States of India. See, this is the picture. Here 29 states are given here, but Kashmir is recently added to Union territories. Jammu and Kashmir now became a Union territory. So, if we leave Jammu and Kashmir from this list, then here are 28 states along with the important places, pictures, and the capital city, and the languages, and the important towns or cities, and crops. These details or informations are here in this chart. This is very useful. You can go through this and you will come to know these cities. where these cities are located. Come to the next page, 19th page. Himalayan rivers. The most precious gift of the Himalayan mountains are the many rivers that originate from the ranges. Which range? Himalayan range. Himalayan mountains. Precious gift of the Himalayan mountains are many rivers that originate from the ranges. Those are the Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj and Brahmaputra are the important rivers that start from the Himalayas. We come across these things in the previous chapter. These rivers originate from the Himalayas. Himalayas mountain ranges. These rivers flow through the northern plains. The Himalayan rivers remain full of water throughout the year. Can you tell the reason? The simple reason is that the snow on the Himalayan mountains melts in summer and forms water. Where we find lack of water here in Karnataka means at summer time. During summer season we face lack of water. So in those summer season in the Himalayan mountains, what it becomes, the snow gradually melts and it takes the forms of water, and in the summer also the rivers are flowing in the Himalayan ranges or in northern plains. So these rivers which originate in the Himalayas are the precious gift of the Himalayan mountains. I hope you understand this point. As these rivers flow from the mountains, they carry with them broken rocks, sand and silt. When these rivers originate in Himalayas, they carry with them broken rocks, sand and silt. We know rocks, we know sand, and what is silt? Silt is a sand, soil or mud that collects at the sides or on the bottom of a river. Sand, soil or mud that collects at the sides or on the bottom of a river is called silt. These rivers I mentioned in the previous Indus, Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj and Brahmaputra, these rivers carry with them broken rocks, sand and silt. The fine silt which is deposited by the rivers is called alluvium. Alluvium. As I said the meaning of alluvium previously, here it is clear. The fine silt which is deposited by the rivers is called alluvium. Alluvium or alluvial soil is good for crops. So northern plains, the land is very fertile and rich in alluvial soil. Northern plains have three important rivers: the Satluj, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. These are three important rivers Sutlej, Ganga and the Brahmaputra. They divide the plains into 3 river basins. These 3 rivers divide the plains, means northern plains, into 3 river basins. One more new word here is basin, river basin. A river basin is an area watered by a river and its tributaries. What is a river basin? A river basin is an area watered by a river and its tributaries. In order to understand river basin, river we know and tributaries we don't know. What is a tributary? Tributary is a stream feeding a longer stream or a lake. Tributary is a stream feeding a larger stream or a lake. So, tributaries and rivers watered the area, that area is called river basin. River are very big in size, but tributaries are very small in size. Those are the water bodies. Tributaries are water bodies. They contribute or feed stream or lake or river. They join these rivers. Their contribution is also very good in producing river basins. Not only rivers produce river basin, the tributaries also produce river basin. I hope you understand what is tributaries. Tributaries and river, they together make a river basin. Here, northern plains divide the plains into 3 river basins. Which are those 3 river basins? Sutlej river basin, Ganga river basin, Brahmaputra river basin. 3 river basin: Sutlej river basin, Ganga river basin, Brahmaputra river basin. River basin is an area watered by a river and its tributaries. I have said that tributaries are stream feeding a longer stream or a lake or river which joins river. Here 3 important rivers: Sutlej, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These are 3 main river basins in India in northern plains. And further information or more detail about these 3 river basins we will come to know in the next class. I hope you understand in today's class. This is basic. In order to understand these 3 river basins, this class is very important. So, please understand what is a river basin, what is alluvium, what is fertile land, and which are the rivers originate in the Himalayas. Please go through the textbook, or if you want, look at this video once again. Wherever doubts comes, then pause this video and read the textbook and get the clarification. Then it is useful for us to move further for the further explanation. Children, take care of yourself and be happy in home. Dhanyavad.